Fear belongs to Satan. The dark side becomes progressively stronger as you feel fear. Fear and love are each other's opposites. Love is a flame that only burns as long as it doesn't look back. It only burns in one direction, outwards, constantly giving like the sun. The sun doesn't ask for anything in return, since he has lost himself in love. In the bliss of giving, he's enjoying the flow. Heraclitus said that God is a child, building sandcastles, constantly pulling them down again. Note this is paraphrase, from memory, and not the actual quote. Compare the flow from giving with the story of Orpheus visiting the kingdom of death to save his love back to the surface of life. Orpheus was promised by Hades to save his beloved, but could only have success unless he on his way back to life turned around and looked back. This whole story, that is central to all mystery traditions, speak of the flow of love being a subtle yet powerful energy with zero tolerance for any attempts of control. Love is the DC part of DC, a subtle flowing energy in one direction. Always on, love means no fear. Though our Bible is full of references where it is said we should fear God, well, that God that which demands fear is not my God. The word identity is the key to be something, to be someone, but one who is something and someone belongs to the created, which is the dark side. He has stepped over from source to force. He has left the inner for the outer, given up his soul for his role. As Jim Morrison, the singer in the band The Doors, quoted, "The most important kind of freedom is to be what you really are." You trade in your reality for a role. You give up your ability to feel, and in exchange, put on a mask. End quote. If you can't control yourself, if you give in to fear, you'll lose your energy, making the adversary gain in strength. It is difficult to describe this though, since the majority of the world follows logic, and don't understand that it's magic that makes this world go round. Magic describes the glue that holds everything together, the background against all that is derives its value from, the Gestalt, or the Tao as Eastern wisdom describes it. The answer to where fear is to be found in the identity of Satan. Satan is Satan, ten is Deka in Greek. The created is a dimension that is of ephemeral nature, and as soon as it's created it starts to decay. The word decay consists of Deka Y, the letter Y. Satan says, "Why do I decay?" Satan knows he's just a temporary shadow of God. He is just the created, but he seeks eternal life and wants to get away from the fact that he's just temporary. Compare with the story of Frankenstein's monster, where the monster wants to destroy his creator. Satan is a shadow of God, a spirit that lives inside of the creation, what's manifest, while God lives in source, is the creator. Satan is force, the created. Fire and water is the source, horizontal, while air and earth is force, vertical. Air and earth is your outside, the strong, while fire and water is your inside, the beautiful, the beauty and the beast. It's all a mirror hall where the created wants to be the creator. He wants to swap place with you, the creator, the source. The only way to cope with this attack from your own mirror image is to face the fear, see Satan for who he is, and he'll disappear. He has nothing to do here. Regarding the twin brothers Cain and Abel, Cain belongs to the created, he follows Satan/Saturn, and he is the strong force, hence he ruled over the Abel, the beautiful that belongs to source. Cain's people have used aggressive methods to force Earth into give off excess quantity for the price of reduced quality. This effort has put the whole world into a heavy unbalance, and the ball jumps constantly higher. Quantity has reached ridiculous levels while quality is no longer to be found. The surface, what appears real, has gained strength, while the inside, the flow, fire and water has become depleted. And now the created is contracting, and those who are attached to the created, that is air and earth, will sink together with this small stream unless they learn how to detach to these two structured elements and are able to rest in nothingness, in their own 0 point, in source. Cain's energy is the strong and masculine, creating division. Cain is the ego, the consciousness of the body. The carnal has two eyes, hence division. The word D means two, and here you can see that air and earth element is a couple. The right side of your body, but the left side of your brain. Quantity belongs to the vertical couple, force, while quality belongs to the horizontal couple, source. Agriculture, aggressive culture, the two couples of elements, the vertical and the horizontal, works like a bow, the force pushing for extraction makes the source contract, and vice versa. Heraclitus describes this, speaking about the bow and the lyre. Quote by Heraclitus, "The cosmos works by harmony of tensions, like lyre and bow. Good and evil are one. On the one hand, God sees all as well, fair, and good. On the other hand, a human being sees injustice here, justice there. Justice in our minds is strife. We cannot help but see war makes us as we are." End of quote. The push from Cain's people to elevate human culture into excess levels of heights was founded on the idea to send the majority into deep levels of absence. One man's dead, the other man's bread. The whole idea is built on keeping the majority of humanity in darkness, and lie to everyone, and have the new members in this Ponzi scheme system, which actually is practiced Satanism, to push the game further, continue to lie because of the benefits that awaits. And they all became liars, hooked by Satan. And progressively empty on the inside. Here the key to escape the matrix lies in not identifying with the roles you've been given, because you are not in the winning team of this equation, and even if you were, you'd win in the outer, the created, and pay for it with spiritual currency, your inside, your source. This insight is what made Jesus surrender to the worldly, and win in the spiritual. There is a fine line between the creator and the created, and it's easy to fall into the dark side if one is not awake. A quote that I always think of, I heard it in a movie that I now forgot the title of, but it goes like this: God speaks through the tongue of the righteous. End quote. So the balance between source and force, the creator and the created, is very fine, as I said. The word is a living thing, it's a reflexive equilibrium between the creator and the created. As soon as the word has been created, it's only dancing in the present. When it becomes written, it is turned to stone. The word litera, as in literature, has etymological connections to the word lithos, which means rock/stone, and it has left the creator and become the created. If the creator becomes consumed with his own creation, he has lost and stepped over to Satan. Hence Lao Tzu's quote, "One who knows doesn't speak, one who speaks doesn't know." End quote. Because the word divides, the word is a sword, which can also be understood in S-word as solid word. It is said that only drunkards or small children tell the truth. The reason for this is that both of these have no identity, position, or benefits to defend. They didn't even lie, hence they are clean and pure, have full access to their inner life. When you lie to others, you lie to yourself. It is your own soul you see in other people's eyes. Everything you do it to yourself. The success in the physical is paid for with spiritual currency. And as Matthew 16 verse 26 in the Bible say, "What will it profit a man if he gains the whole world, yet forfeits his soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul?" As the finale of this text, I'll add another great quote by Jim Morrison: "That's what real love amounts to, letting a person be what he really is. Most people love you for who you pretend to be. To keep their love, you keep pretending, performing. You get to love your pretense. It's true, we're locked in an image, an act, and the sad thing is, people get so used to their image, they grow attached to their masks. They love their chains. They forget all about who they really are. And if you try to remind them, they hate you for it. They feel like you're trying to steal their most precious possession."